Hey everyone, I have something important to share with you. This message isn't meant to scare you, but I want to help you stay aware and cautious. There are times in life when things feel off, but we often ignore our gut feelings or instincts because we don't fully understand why we're feeling that way. Today, I want to remind you how powerful your intuition can be, especially during certain energetic moments like the full moon in Leo that we're experiencing right now. This is a time when a lot of energy is swirling around and our inner voice or intuition is heightened. Before I go any further, let me explain what intuition is. Intuition is like a little voice inside you or that gut feeling you get when something feels right or wrong. It's that sense that something is off even if you can't quite explain why. Sometimes we brush it off or don't take it seriously, but it can often be a warning or a way of protecting ourselves. In moments like these with strong energy around us, it's especially important to pay attention to your intuition. I recently had a very strong vision that made me feel like I needed to tell you this. I truly believe that your intuition is extra powerful right now, and you need to trust it more than ever. If you find yourself in a situation where something feels wrong, even if you don't have proof or a clear reason to feel that way, please don't ignore it. Our intuition often picks up on things that our minds might not fully understand yet. Right now, a lot of things might look or feel real, but they aren't, so it's important to stay cautious and trust your inner guidance. To show you just how important trusting your intuition can be, I want to share a personal story from my own life. This experience taught me the power of listening to my gut feelings, and it might help you in your own life. In 2021, I was spending time with a group of friends. It was a relaxed, normal day, and we were having a great time talking about some of my favorite topics: spirituality, God, the universe, and how everything is connected. I always enjoy deep conversations like that because they make me feel more connected to the bigger picture of life. We were having one of those great talks, but something unexpected happened that started to make me feel uneasy. One of my friends had a child who was usually very calm and well behaved, but suddenly, out of nowhere, this child became very aggressive toward me. The child started scratching me and even peed on me, which was really strange and unexpected. At first, I didn't think much of it. I brushed it off because, well, kids can be unpredictable sometimes. I figured it was just one of those weird moments, and I didn't let it bother me too much. As we continued talking, I started feeling a growing sense of discomfort. I couldn't explain why, but I suddenly had a very strong urge to leave. It was strange because up until that point, I had been enjoying the conversation with my friends. We were talking about things I love, and these were people I thought were trustworthy and good. But the feeling that I needed to leave kept getting stronger. It was like my inner voice was screaming at me to get out of there, but my logical mind couldn't figure out why. Even though I didn't have a clear reason to leave, the feeling became too strong to ignore. I finally made an excuse and told my friends that I had to go. As soon as I left, I felt a sense of relief, but I was also confused. I kept asking myself why I had felt the need to leave so suddenly. It didn't make any sense to me at the time, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. Then, about 20 minutes after I left, I got a phone call. I found out that my friend, the one I had just been with, had been arrested. In that moment, everything clicked. I realized that if I had stayed, I could have been arrested too, just for being there. It hit me that my intuition had been protecting me. Even though I didn't understand why I felt uneasy, my gut knew something was wrong, and it was trying to keep me safe. Later, I also found out something that made this experience even more eye opening. I learned that these friends I had been with were involved in black magic. This was a total shock to me because up until that point, I thought they were good people. I had no idea they were involved in anything dark or harmful. But looking back, it made sense why I felt so uneasy. my intuition had picked up on something my mind hadn't fully processed yet. This experience taught me a huge lesson: always trust your intuition, especially when something feels off. Even if you don't have a clear reason or explanation for why you feel uneasy, that feeling is there for a reason. It might be your inner guidance or the universe trying to keep you out of harm's way. Sometimes we don't understand why we feel a certain way, but our intuition can sense things that our conscious mind can't. Since that experience, I've learned to listen to my gut feelings much more closely. I no longer question them or brush them off as just being in my head. If something feels wrong, I act on that feeling, even if it doesn't make sense at the time. I've come to believe that our intuition is one of the most powerful tools we have for staying safe and making the right decisions in life. I'm sharing this story with you because I don't want you to ignore your own intuition. If you ever find yourself in a situation where something doesn't feel right, don't ignore that feeling. Trust yourself, even if you can't explain why. Right now, with the energy around us, it's more important than ever to stay in tune with your gut feelings. Your intuition is your inner guidance system and is there to protect you. So please stay aware, stay cautious, and trust your instincts. The universe might be trying to guide you or keep you safe from something you can't yet see. Always remember, your intuition is a gift. Don't be afraid to listen to it. I want to share something important with you today because it might help you in situations where you need to make quick decisions. Sometimes we go out, meet old friends, or visit places we haven't been to in a while. It could be a party, a club, a park, or just anywhere that feels familiar. But what if all of a sudden, while you're there, you feel like something's wrong? Maybe you get the urge to leave, like a strong feeling deep inside telling you that it's time to go. It's not always easy to explain, but it's important to pay attention to these feelings. They might be trying to protect you from something bad. Don't ignore that feeling. There's a reason you're sensing it. This is a time when your intuition or your gut feeling is very strong and is there to guide you. Your body and mind can pick up on things that aren't always obvious. You might not see anything wrong, but you could feel that something just isn't right. Maybe there's a strange tension in the air or someone's behavior seems off, even if they're not doing anything obviously dangerous. Trust that feeling because your instincts know more than you think. Let me give you an example. There was a time when I was in a place that felt fine at first, but after a while, I started feeling uneasy. I couldn't explain why, but my gut was telling me that I needed to leave. I ignored it for a bit because nothing bad seemed to be happening, but that feeling only grew stronger. Eventually, I listened to it and left, and later I realized how important that decision was. Had I stayed, things could have gone very wrong. It's not always big, obvious signs either. Sometimes it's the little things that tell you something is off. You might get a sudden headache, feel your heart race for no reason, or maybe you'll notice something as small as an itch on your nose. These small signals might seem unimportant, but they could be your body's way of telling you that something bad is about to happen. I've learned that even the smallest sensations can be meaningful, so never ignore them. They're there for a reason to protect you. I also have a feeling that this message might speak to someone who is in a relationship or friendship that isn't good for them. Sometimes we hold on to people who aren't meant to stay in our lives. Maybe you feel uneasy when you're around them, or you notice that you're always drained after spending time together. Your gut is telling you that this relationship isn't healthy, but it's hard to let go. Listen to those feelings. The people you surround yourself with have a big influence on your life, and if your instincts are warning you about someone, it's time to rethink that connection. I want to share a vision I had because it taught me a lot about trusting my intuition. In this vision, I was sitting in a park, relaxing. Nearby, there was a couple sitting together, and they seemed happy. They were looking at something in the distance, maybe it was horses or some other peaceful scene. Everything seemed fine, but then out of nowhere, the couple collapsed and died right in front of me. I was shocked and confused. I didn't understand what was happening. Then I looked around and saw a man far away holding a gun. He had fired two bullets and they hit the couple. When I woke up from that vision, I was filled with questions. Why had I seen that? What was the message behind it? I spent time thinking about it, trying to find answers, and the word that kept coming to me was intuition. The vision was showing me the importance of trusting my gut, especially when something feels wrong, even when things seem peaceful and normal on the surface. The couple didn't see the danger coming, but the sense of something being wrong was there, if only they had listened to it. After having that vision, I couldn't stop hearing about a massive shootout. This could have been a sign warning me that there's a potential for danger in public places like a park or a gathering, just like in the vision. I believe it's telling us to be careful because something like that could happen and you could be caught up in it if you're not listening to your instincts. You might find yourself in a situation where everything seems fine, but you suddenly feel the need to leave. In that moment, you should trust that feeling and go. Don't wait around to see what happens. This is a time when you need to stay alert and protect yourself. In the dream, there was something else that stood out to me. I kept saying the words, I am protected. This was a powerful reminder that no matter what happens, we are protected. It's important to hold on to that belief. You can say it too whenever you feel scared or unsure. Say, I am protected. You can also say, no weapon formed against me or my family will succeed. No weapon formed against my children, spouse, or friends will succeed. These words hold great power when you believe in them. But while we believe we are protected, it's also crucial to be aware of our surroundings and listen to our instincts. Protection doesn't mean we should ignore the warning signs. It means we are given the tools to avoid danger, and our intuition is one of those tools. If you feel uneasy or get the sense that something is wrong, don't dismiss it. Act on it. Leave the situation if you need to. Sometimes trouble can come from others, but we don't have to get caught up in it if we trust our gut feelings. I hope this message brings you some peace and clarity. I know it's not always easy to trust feelings that you can't explain, but your instincts are there to help you. They're like an inner guide, always looking out for you, even when you don't see the danger. Stay safe, stay blessed, and remember that you are protected. You don't have to understand why you feel a certain way, you just know that those feelings are there for a reason. Trust them, and they'll help you stay out of harm's way. Let this message be a reminder to trust yourself and the feelings that rise up within you. They are your body and spirit's way of keeping you safe, even when the danger isn't obvious. Stay alert, be careful, and always listen to your intuition. Stay blessed.